Now, I had a student reach out to me, and pardon for the no lights on, but I had a student reach out to me about how do you know you're pushing when you're belting? How do you know if you're getting too breathy when you belt? Now, this is what's called a spectrogram, okay? And we'll walk through it. Don't let it intimidate you. What you want to do here is you want to Google spectrogram academo. And what a spectrogram will tell you is what frequencies are coming out of your face hole when you do certain things. Now, one of the symptoms of pushing is air leaking. You're literally blowing the vocal folds open. So how do you find that on a spectrogram becomes the question. Well, what we're looking for is noise, specifically white noise. But before we get into that, change the settings to the color blue and the brightness to low. And what that'll do is it will cut out more of the noise. You can do this on your phone. You can do it on your computer, your laptop, anywhere you have a microphone. But be careful that you are not in a noisy environment. I actually would suggest that you put some pillows around your phone or your laptop to absolutely get rid of anything that might obstruct kind of the data that we're looking at here, okay? But let's just get right into it. I'm going to show you what pushing looks like on a spectrogram. Let's see. And there, that's pushed. How do I know? Look at that air. Look at the white noise in between the frequencies. This is not pushed. We're just going to go a little lower. No! You see how much fewer sizzly white noise, kind of that little fuzz, the absence of that in between each frequency? That's what you want. Otherwise, your folds are blowing a little too far open. And this is very true for belting, where the folds get kind of fat, okay? Now, what is another sign of pushing? You can keep air from coming out. You can do that. But there are ways to do it well, and there are ways to do it not so well. If you are going flat, you're keeping your folds together, but you're still pushing. And we're going to get into how to fix this really quickly, but we need to identify it first, right? So if we get into a note, say, for example, this, and we push, tail, right? Slightly flat, not good, okay? So we want to be careful of both. Now, how do we fix this, right? Okay, here's how we spot it. Here's how we identify what pushing is, but how do we stop it? Well, in order to stop ourselves from pushing, we really need to work on our breath, on our air, as well as our tongue, making sure we're not slamming the larynx down with the heel of the tongue. Two best exercises for that are lip farts, which will move the tongue while you sing, preventing tongue tension. So you get a great exercise. The other is to make sure that your posture is nice, a little energized. You can bounce up and down. That moves the muscles here that connect to the larynx. I won't get into it. There are muscles that connect to the top of the larynx that go into the shoulder blades. Those can be moved if your hips are off, yada, yada, yada. The 200-something muscles in the body, they all affect one another. So what do you do about it? You do large motions. That'll move a lot of muscles. So it's arm swings, jumping up and down a little bit. And eventually you'll be able to kind of tone that down and identify what that feels like physically. And that'll consistently help you progress in your singing. So that's how you stop pushing.